much to worry and fear. There in that lands or storm unknown, filled with things you don't expect. When you step in that distant land, what will become of the love we share? I still must go, create a future for the both of us, to change our destiny, to give to you only the best. Please stay by me, you're all I need here in this lovely house, where our memories, our love and kisses ring through every wall. Please don't go, I feel what works forever. Oh, please don't go. The fear in my heart screams, don't you I must know? This life that we live in leaves me with no choices. I will always love you. Please don't go, I feel what work forever. Oh, please don't go. Please stay and protect the love we I must know. There will come a day when we'll be together, together once again. I heard this song on Paris by Night, and usually I don't like Paris by Night because I don't know, I just don't like their style and their song doesn't really fit me. But this song, my family was watching it during a family get together and I really liked it, so I made some English lyrics for it. And so the experience of making this song was really interesting. So I tried finding an instrumental on YouTube, but it doesn't exist. So I found two, like some people karaoke, but luckily they only karaoke the female part or only the male part, and they uploaded it. So I was able to take both of it down, and then I cut and pasted certain portion, like if there's instrumental for the male I use that part, and then if there's instrumental for the female I use that part, and so I interlaced it. Afterward I did a voice removal in Audition, which doesn't work really well, but because the vocal is so minimal it doesn't really cause problem to the song. One thing that I did try to do is I tried to make the I sang the male part and then I sang the female part, and then I tried to change the my voice to sound like a male, because you know there's that that YouTube video about Gummy, the song I Love You by Gummy, and they were able to change her voice from female to a male, and she still sounded good. But I think the reason was they also had to lower the pitch. I think the song is a lower pitch. Well, for this one I can't sing much higher than how I already sang in the male part, so I can't really lower the pitch. When I lower it, it sounded really off and really bad. So I'm leaving the version with just kind of like two females singing it. So it's not exactly what I wanted, it's not what I envisioned will be the end result, but because of that I'm only doing half of the song, just for a taste of it. And because I did spend time on making the instrumental, I'm putting it up here also after this introduction. Let's see, now enough with the how it's done. I'm gonna talk about the song. And the song, I think I stick to the lyric pretty well in this song, and I think the original song must have been to me, when I hear it, I was thinking of the writer writing it during the war, the Vietnam War, or some kind of situation where the couple have to leave, but not just, you know, a long distance relationship within the country, but inter-countries. Like a lot of couples in Vietnam, the husband have to actually we call it being, where they cross the ocean to go over here and start like anew. And it must have been hard, and the girl in the song is like, no, please don't go, I just like our life as is. I don't need anything else, and I don't need any more. But you know, the guy still wants to go, and some people, they have to go because if the government goes after them, they can be put in jail and stuff, especially if they're anti the Vietnamese government, the communist government right now. So they try to go to another land to start to find a better future, and for their family, for their wife, and for their children. But you know, that's why the girl in the story, she feared that she won't see him again. This is the ending, you know. In the Paris by Night version, they kind of make it to be more modern, which I don't think really fit with the story, because right now a lot of people, they say they can have long distance relationship, right? But so the story is the guy, he was gonna go away on a motorcycle, and she's trying to kind of cling on to him, which kind of make her look like a clingy wife. But I think the story behind this song can be much better understood in a kind of like life or death situation, where bigger things, bigger dreams, bigger sacrifices are at stake. But in the Paris by Night version, the guy ultimately, when he drove off, we hear ambulance in the background, so that means that something happened to him and her fears are true. And similar to that, a lot of people who try to cross over here to America, they died at sea through pirates or sickness, or you know, just stuff happen at sea. And or if they come over here and they start a new life here, they will actually not remember their wife in Vietnam. But for those people who does remember, they actually have a hard life, and reuniting is a hard thing. But yeah, so I think that's my take on the story. It's a very touching song, and I think even if we're not in that kind of like life or death decision environment, this song, I can relate to it too. I mean, I think a lot of time husband and wives, we have very different look on things. The guy, he might have to like shoulder a lot of responsibility, and he is in the mode of fixing things, and problems that can't be fixed needs another environment, or he needs a better environment to grow or something like that. If we need to move to get better jobs or something like that. But the wife is more kind of like emotionally attached. So I think as husband and wife, sometimes we see things through different perspectives, and this song, it might not only talk about parting, but it also talk about the difference when viewing the same thing. I mean, no one is right or no one is wrong. Each person have a valid perspective in this song. It's just what comes when we make that decision. And I hope that unlike this song, people won't make a singular decision, but will, even though we have our differences, we will come to a decision as husband and wives that will complement one another, that we can both see is a win-win situation, and refrain from making any decision until we can see the other person's perspective, feel for them, and take that into consideration. Ultimately, as a Christian wife, when differences can't be resolved, you go with what the husband says, because he's supposed to be the person who takes the responsibility for his decision and for the fate of the whole family. So that's what I learned in premarital counseling and in my church and by reading the Bible. So hopefully this song will always serve as a reminder to me that there are always differences, and we can work out those differences, and when we can't, I will trust my husband, because I trust God that God will lead him. But regardless, I really liked this song. It brings a lot of different emotion, and it brings a lot of different thoughts to my mind, and I hope that you will like it too. Yeah. Okay.